Welcome back to Impulse Plays. I'm Crazy Carl Winter here yet again with Ryan Phyrexian Guy Marvin. How you doing?
Carl, I am doing great. I'm very excited to be getting into this match.
Yeah, we've got Sewerslide Black because you can't say the bad S word on YouTube versus Broccoli Soup. So we've got Drew back on camera again with his black deck, which I've got shown up here. It is pretty sweet. It's got hatreds, it's got rituals, it's got discard spells, it's got two mana one drop or two power one drops. I can't say enough about how much I like this list.
Yeah, I personally am a huge fan of 1 mana 2 drops or
Mm-hmm.
nope,
Yeah.
nope,
Yep.
one
Nope. I
drop.
did the same
Yep,
thing.
see, 1 drops with 2 power. There we
Love
go.
to see it.
You
Yep.
know, I'm a friend of the Jackal Pup. I've played a lot of Burn on the channel, but
Yeah.
I am excited to see some black aggro.
Yeah. So we got Drew's black deck versus another black aggro deck. In this case, it's Josh O's broccoli soup deck, which is popularized by the Shared Discovery podcast. Shout out to those guys. And adapted by David Vraska. I think I'm getting the history right on that, where Vraska kind of tuned it to beat Phyrexian Dreadnoughts, and it's gone from there. Otherwise, it's the other way around, and I'm just completely wrong. So y'all can correct me in the comments. That'd be great.
Yeah, it was basically Dave's buddy built broccoli soup to beat Dave's dreadnought
Love it.
with and I think that was like the first time that he had played, or the first big tournament where he had played the accumulated knowledges out of the sideboard.
Ah, yes, very good, very good. Well, we have no dreadnoughts here. Instead, we've just got some black aggro on black aggro action here. So we've got Drew on the right playing Sewer Slide Black versus Josh on the left playing Broccoli Soup, and we actually get a die roll showing here. Drew rolls a strong
Alrighty.
7, and Josh crushes it with an 8.
Oh, so close. What a battle.
Yeah, and I think at this point these guys knew what each other were playing, so winning the die roll is super important here. It lets you get out those one mana 2 power creatures much faster than not. Ooh, looking at
Yeah,
Josh's hand, this is
especially
great.
when it comes to the shadow creature race,
Yeah, yeah,
being able to get those down as soon as possible, just that much better.
yeah. Sweet arena land out of Josh into 2 creatures on turn 1. Not bad. Showing
Yeah,
off the
I mean
product
that's kind
architecture
of like
here.
one of the dream turn ones for either of these decks. Just ritual into a 1 drop and a 2 drop, or ritual into a 3 drop.
Ooh, unmask 6, call
Unmask
the herd.
here
Okay.
takes Call the Herd, pitching the other unmask.
Yeah, which is pretty huge because that unmask basically gets to shut down a whole extra turn of Call the Herd action. And it's actually 2 turns because of this Derek Az's Caldera. Josh is not going to get to flash that back for quite some time here. Although he does have a Rancor, which is a very powerful Magic the Gathering card.
Yeah, Rancor is so good here.
Gives your creature +2/+0 and trample, which means these 2 drops, or these 2 power 1 drops, geez, that's hard, get over this Carnophage pretty easily. So what I've learned from this is we just can't cover black aggro decks anymore because we just can't figure out how to properly identify the creatures.
Well, that, or we just need to see a speech pathologist about our inability to just say words in
That's fair.
full sentence.
Oh,
But
interesting. The Witherwretch doesn't come in. I don't know how I feel about that
um, hmm.
because the Sewer Slide Black deck does not care too much about its graveyard, and 2 damage is 2 damage. I mean, maybe Josh didn't want to trade it for the Carnophage, but I don't know.
Yeah, definitely a possibility.
He gets to rancor this up, and
Um,
if there's another creature that comes out, I mean, he'll just trade with the Witherwretch. So I think Josh might have missed out on a couple damage here.
yeah, I do.
Nope, doesn't matter. He's gonna
He,
get it no matter what.
yep. Still, yeah, I don't really see a reason for him not to have attacked there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, it's not like we're worrying about the Sarcomancy triggering
Mm-hmm.
because the zombie is going to be on the table anyway.
Yeah.
Um,
So my
he's
thought
just going
is,
Rancor attack.
I think I
Sounds
figured
about
this
right.
out. So I think Josh is worried about Drew possibly playing zombies, in which case he's worried about Unholy Grotto, recurring zombies, or Lord of the Undead, recurring zombies. So that could be why he's prioritizing this with a dretch. Just goes to show, not
Oh,
knowing what your opponent's
okay.
playing is it's a big deal.
Yeah, maybe Josh thinks that Drew is on more of a zombies build.
Or at least he thought he was. I think the Dothy Horror kind of gives it away at this point, but
Yeah.
um, oh, Duress misses. That's too bad.
Unfortunate, but Drew does have almost the initiative here, I think.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
Drew's turned the
because
corner
it's
pretty
two to
well.
one.
Yep. Yep. This Wither
I
Wretch
mean, Drew
is
is
blanked
down in
effectively.
life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the Dothy Horror is just going to keep cracking in, and there's not anything Josh's deck is going to be able to do about it. Like, yeah, and Drew trades here.
Yeah.
Now, it's not a free trade to note because, like you mentioned, the Sarcomancy does care about zombies being in play. If you don't have any zombies in play with the Sarcomancy in play, you take a damage every upkeep.
Mm-hmm.
Josh has Ritual
Dark
into
Ritual
Flashback Call the Herd.
into Call the Herd. Okay.
Okay,
I
maybe
mean,
that corner got turned much less quickly than I thought it did because that Call the Herd is going to put out quite a bit of damage.
yeah, and something that Josh was able to do before that I think was pretty nifty. His gemstone mine was at one counter, and
Mm-hmm.
the Caldera actually was able to bounce to his hand and reset it for him.
I love that interaction.
Yeah. Um.
Interacting with life totals for some reason.
No.
I think
Why did he gain life?
I think he's missing 2 life. They're just going back and reviewing what they did, yeah. And now he's taking the 1 from the Sarcomancy. Yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
There we go.
All right. So Drew's gonna have to deal with this elephant. Elephants are very large. They are pachyderms and they are really big.
And especially when they have Rancor,
Yeah, you don't want a
they become.
rancorous elephant. That they're angry.
Yeah, no.
They
The
get angy.
the second thing you want the least of is elephants
Yes.
in your room.
Yes. Very.
Last thing you want is elephants that are rancorous.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. So Josh gets to crack in for 5 versus the 2 that Drew's able to put out, and brings out a Dothy Slayer, notable shadow creature. It can block the Dothy Horror.
It sure can, and I don't think it has the must attack every turn text.
Actually, the Dothy,
And
I
Drew's
got
just
it
gonna
wrong.
pack
The
it up.
Dothy Horror can't be blocked by white creatures. The Dothy Slayer has to attack each turn.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Unless I have it backwards, which I don't think I do.
Well, in either case, neither player. Uh
Ritual Duress.
oh,
Okay.
never mind.
That's going to be pretty good. This is
Okay.
Dark Ritual, which is going to hit a. Oh man, Josh is going to turn 1 Ritual into Drinker of Sorrow, followed up by Sarcomancy. And you get to like
Oh,
sacrifice your Sarcomancy when you hit with the Drinker of Sorrow. That's so sweet.
that is pretty great. Do you think he's taking the dark ritual here?
Oh
Yep.
yeah, 100%, 100%. Sarcomancy,
And a
Carnophage,
Sarcomancy and a Carnophage of his own.
very powerful.
I mean, just wow. Like the power of this deck
Mm-hmm.
on just these turn ones.
Yep,
It's crazy.
yep. Dark Ritual's a good Magic card, turns out.
Yeah, who would have
Mi-
thought?
Middle school players don't know what they're missing out on, or maybe they do, and they're just too addicted to Necropotence. I don't know.
That's fair. I
Ooh.
mean, I think Necropotent's a little bit stronger than Dark Ritual.
Yep.
Um, but you know,
So
Drew Diabolic Edict for the
yeah,
Sarcomancy,
which
which
is pretty strong because he not only gets to kill the creature, but he also makes Josh take an extra damage from Sarcomancy.
yep. And is Doughty Slayer a zombie? I don't think it
It
is,
is not a
right?
zombie. It is a. I think it's a Dothy Shade or something, or probably a rogue. It's probably like a Dothy Shade rogue. I'd guess.
Yeah. So that Diabolic Edict had a secret, fine print that was take 2 extra.
Yep. Yep. Drew does not have any shadow creatures this time, so the Dothy Slayer cannot block anything. And Josh is sitting at 10, looking at 4 power that he cannot deal with. Notably, Drinker of Sorrow also cannot block.
Is Drinker of Sorrow a zombie?
Nope.
Mm.
It is not a zombie
Josh's
and cannot block.
issues persist.
Yeah, but he's got nothing he can do here. He's gotta deploy it and hope for the best. But the problem is he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Or pretty darn close to dead anyway. He's gonna take 4
Yeah, I
going
mean, is
on
there
2.
anything Josh can do at this point?
Oh, he was at 9. I thought he was at 6 because I'm bad at reading. Okay. No, there's really not. Josh has to draw like Armadillo Cloak, which I don't think is in his deck.
No, but that
Yep.
would be one heck of a card to bring in in
Mm-hmm.
the black aggro mirror.
Yep.
Josh draws a land and packs it up. Josh is on. Oof.
Mold of 5 versus a mold of 6 on the play. Mold of 5 always sucks on the play.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Especially
blind
with this
ender.
deck. Oh my goodness. Oh,
Ooh,
Drew
Wasteland.
hits Wasteland. I don't think Josh has a second land here. Oh
He
yeah,
does
yeah.
not. No. Okay, so if Drew can capitalize
And
on
he's
this
only
by
got 2 draws in
casting
hand.
spells, he'll be in good shape. Well, that's one
Yep,
spell.
Drew with the
Two
Dark Ritual,
spells.
Sarcomancy. That's 2.
3 spells. That is
Wow.
twice as many creatures as Josh has been able to deploy so far.
That sure isn't. It looked like Josh just drew Call of the Herd there.
Mm-hmm.
Josh with Draw and a Go.
What do you think? Josh has got a block here, right? No. Okay.
No, because otherwise he's gonna die probably even faster
He
to his
would, but he's
to
gonna
his
die to the
Sarcomancy.
zombie's gonna deal a bunch of damage to him too, though. So it's like you cut down on the damage you take from the zombie to then take a little bit less damage from the Sarcomancy. I don't know. Really, Josh's big mistake here is just not drawing a second land, but there's not much you can do about that.
Yeah, unfortunately, he just couldn't draw the right card when he needed to.
Yeah, it's a skill. It's definitely a skill.
Yeah.
All right,
And that
so Shade
is
comes out, yeah, and Josh is sixth in the hand. Yeah, that's a rough beat for game 3. Those are 2 really good first games. Like they went really quickly, but I think they were very interesting. Even though there's a little bit of like running past each other, there were some decision points I think mattered a lot, which is pretty cool.
yeah, definitely. I mean, end of the day, the aggro decks sometimes just you play with the cards you draw.
Yeah,
There's not really there's only so much agency that you have, especially in such a low resource game
yeah,
such as this.
definitely. Josh brought in Winter Orbs and an Engineered Plague. I don't know how I feel about Engineered Plague. I guess you can name Zombie, and it hurts him slightly more. Uh,
Um, I don't know. I guess engineered plague, in the quadrant of games where you're just behind,
mhm.
and I guess Drew has a few X1s.
Okay.
That's something you could do. Also, shrinking zombies, notable.
That is true. That is true. I noticed Drew brought in Plague Bears. I'm like, that seems poor against the black deck. But then I remember that Call of the Herd tokens are notably not black and thusly able to be Plague Beared.
Exactly, yeah.
Looks like Josh brought out his discard comp, which makes sense. Like you don't want a ton of discard. Drew's okay with it because it can snipe like half Call the Herd. But for Josh, he doesn't know that Drew has a bunch of hatreds, but like it's only gonna hit hatred, and that's like whatever.
Yeah.
Ooh, Black Knight, that's a sweet one.
Black Knight.
Josh has
That
some
is that
spicy stuff.
just a 2/2 a first strike?
It is a 2/2 first strike. First strike is a very reasonable ability. I was playing my monthly match the other day, one of my monthly matches the other day, playing Treva Learn against a like Angel McAngel face type deck, but it was also splashing Call the Herd because why not? And
Mhm.
I got blanked by Silver Knights for a game. Like I just couldn't attack past them because they had first strike.
Oh man, that's rough.
Yeah, very powerful, very powerful. And I think the Black Knights are a great idea. Knight of Stronghold also good because it can gain first strike, which is nice. Very, very interesting sideboarding by these players. I like it a lot. And the Call of the Herd, I think, it's just fantastic in these creature matchups. Although maybe it's not as good here as I think it would be, just because it's 3 mana. 3 mana is a lot when you're dropping multiple creatures on turn 1, right?
Yeah, it's not amazing, but it could certainly have its moments.
For sure, for sure. All right, everybody. Well, that was a quick match. Hope you enjoyed it. And for Ryan and myself, we'll catch you on the next one. Have a good rest of the day.
See ya.